Good afternoon everybody, I hope we're all doing well, and welcome back to a Friday episode of the Hulk Career Mode. Feels like it's been a very long time since we did this, but I hope we're all doing very well. We got Dart, we got DX, we got Max Attacks, we got La Hangman, we got Bradson. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful Friday afternoon, yes. Back on a Friday, that Friday feeling, we love it. We absolutely love it. JX, welcome in buddy, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm hoping after the disappointing race last night, that we can try and get a better race under our belt today. But we'll wait and see as to how we get on. Welcome on in, Matt. I hope you're doing well, mate. Oh, one stream off an 80 stream streak. That's beyond wild. That is ludicrous. Cristiano, though, on a 15 stream streak. Thank you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so obviously the whole career mode recently hasn't gone too well for us. I think it's probably a fair way to describe it. Obviously, we had a good run of form throughout the opening few races. And then since Miami, we seem to have struggled a lot more. So I'm hoping this weekend out in Barcelona, we can try and have a bit of a return to form. But we'll wait and see. As to how it goes. What are we? We're 7th in the championship right now. So, you know, we've got a lot of work to do. I still believe we can try and get back to Mercedes in the Constructors as well. But we'll wait and see as to how we get on. Welcome in, Mark. I hope you're doing well, mate. So, chat. Driver Career Mode returns tonight. Should be about, well, depending on when we finish the stream, it's going to be 6 PM UK time. So 5 hours from now. I've recorded the first 2 races. Round 1's going live today. Round 2 is going live tomorrow. They're both bangers. Like, genuinely, absolutely crazy races. So I'm looking forward to that one. And we will have 2 streams this weekend. We have got Suzuka 1000 tomorrow morning on iRacing. So make sure you drop us a follow over on Twitch if you're watching this anywhere else. And then we're also going to do Creator Series later on in the evening. So there's going to be a lot of streams going on tomorrow. Oh, there's my phone. Just make sure that everything is working. So yeah, it's going to be a busy weekend. I'm looking forward to it though. I'm hoping this can like set the tone for a good weekend ahead of us. But we'll wait and see. Always the Hulkenberg Career Mode can be a temperamental series at the best of times. Why is it impossible for you to keep the this streak crisped? Yeah, in other news, mods have shot themselves. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, welcome in, Amir. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Shall we do the proper intro chat? I think we want to get on with it, don't I? So I'm only going to do the one race today. Mainly because Barcelona is normally quite a long one. It's also one that you've got to really manage the tyres. And I'm meant to be playing football this afternoon. But if you don't know, currently in the south of England, we're facing quite a severe storm. So I believe I'm meant to play football at 4:30. If I check my weather app quickly, at 4 PM, there is meant to be 7.5 millimeters of water. And at 5 PM, there's meant to be another 7 millimeters of water. So about that much water is meant to fall in the space of like an hour and a half. So that's... I'm expecting it's going to get cancelled, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm more than happy to play. It's just that a lot of the other people would much rather just like go to the pub or whatever normal people do on a Friday evening. I think no, it is across the country, but it's mainly the south that's getting affected by it, as far as I gather. I'm aware that it's kind of everywhere else, but I think we're getting the worst hit from it, if I remember correctly. Pub sounds better than football. Fair enough. Can I do it? No, I've got no R&D, have I? I can't do any more upgrades at the moment. And I don't think we're going to get any more in before this weekend either, which is a bit of a shame. Because performance-wise, we're actually looking pretty good at the moment. Yeah, play football and then go pub. That sounds like a good idea. Right, let's do the intro, chat. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to round 9 of season 1 of the F125 Nico Hulkenberg Career Mode. Yes, we return this weekend here to the Spanish Grand Prix at a rather hopefully sunny Barcelona, of course. If you missed out on the video that went live a few days ago from Monaco, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. The duel in the Formula 1 crown, and we didn't have a particularly good time of it. In fact, the last 3 Grand Prix have been a bit of a disaster for us. Currently sat P7 in the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen has a 34-point lead up at the top of the table, but I think easily still the more impressive result is Big G, my teammate there. 8 points for him so far, and I believe it does still mean prior to Monaco, as a team, we had scored points in every single event. Monaco was kind of the downfall of that. A 17th place in Miami, a 19th place at Imola, and then a DNF in Monte Carlo means that I desperately want to try and return to form this weekend, especially as Verstappen now seems to be waltzing away up at the top of the table. But yeah, of course, if you're new, make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed. Also, drop me a follow over on Twitch. We're trying to get to 10k before the end of the year. But yeah, without further ado though, let's head out onto the track. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, we've got that ticked off. Rob the Goat, thank you for the follow, as well as Dart for the bits. Dart with 6 bits, and all he said is the word boobies. Not saying my mods are the most professional mods in the world, but I do have the best mods. I certainly, I should have expected it. As soon as I hear that jingle in the background, I should know that something rogue is happening. Are we ready to go, chat? I'm just praying it's dry. That's mainly what I want. Chris with 10 bits saying I second that. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm hoping it's going to be dry. If you have a look, Max Attacks, on like the iRacing forums, normally you've got people like requesting a team or people saying they're like available for a team. Ah, what is up with this game? Changeable conditions in June in Barcelona. What is that? Deary me, chat. Look at that weather. I mean, I'd rather wet to dry rather than dry to wet, I guess. That's ridiculous. You're making me get up at 7:30 tomorrow. Hey, I said you could lie in if you wanted to. I can't imagine tomorrow's stream is going to be the busiest in the world. But I am looking forward to it. We run 110 AI. We run no assists. And obviously in the Sauber, which in theory is the worst car in the game. I've basically tried to make this series as brutal for myself as I possibly can. Hey, welcome in, Dean, bro. Hope you're doing well, buddy. And all of our viewers over on the short format. Felipe, my wheel is a Fanatec Formula V 2.5X. Pedal cam is only available on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. There is no pedal cam on TikTok, I'm afraid. Remember how we talked about getting a life? Oh, I'm sorry. I've denied my mods a chance at freedom.
Radio check.
They said they were planning a boycott, and I begged them to stay with me. I need them. I need them more than they need me. Anonymous Watcher, thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well. I think it's going to rain, isn't it? I think I want a bit more downforce. I think I just want a little bit more. I want to be able to look after the tyres as well. I feel like this track... I mean, we all know just how bad Barcelona is for tyre wear anyway. I feel like this track in this car is going to be even more brutal. As obviously I want a left side offset as well. Just obviously because all the corners are right-handers. So you want the left-hand side tyre at a higher PSI. Because it'll pretty much even out immediately. I think we'll try that though. We'll head out there. We'll see how we get on. Nice and early. Hey, I'm doing well, thanks, Gardels. Hope you are as well, mate. Terexi, welcome on in. Oh, no! Wait, have I accidentally... I think we can change qualifying back to the full format. I'm pretty certain I can change it back to full format. Is it still on full format, chat, did we see? Or am I accidentally running single session qualifying? What I'll have to make sure I do is when I get back at the end of this session... when I get back to the pit lane, I'll double check it. But we'll wait and see. But yeah, I am meant to be running Q1, Q2, Q3 in this series. I just didn't run, obviously, any of it at Monaco, because that wasn't the point of the challenge. I am a wash streamer. That would imply I was ever not washed as a streamer, and I don't think... Have I ever not been washed as a streamer? oversteer. Again, trying to get the tyres up to temperature. The oversteer is lethal with the offset tyre pressure. Ugh. So sketchy. I mean, Sauber did really well here. This was kind of like the first good race of the year for Sauber, IRL, wasn't it? After Australia. Hulkenberg came like 5th, was it? Or 6th? I think he came 5th, didn't he? Because he beat Lewis, which is quite funny. Yeah, Kampser is definitely not flat. So we're just going to be running the Spanish Grand Prix today. I've got a few other bits and pieces I need to sort out. So yeah, just Barcelona. But it probably, if we survive, if we get to the end, it should take ballpark 2.5 hours-ish the whole weekend. Well, there we go. I mean, is this going to be a full purple? It is! Look at that! There you go. That's not bad going. 465 out of 465, chat. Perfect score.
Valuable information out of that. Well done.
AI level is 110. Hey, welcome in, Pasha. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, we run maxed out AI, no assists. Right. So, we're running full qualifying. You see it there. Full, obviously, all 3 practice sessions that I only ever use Q1. But yeah, Q1, Q2, Q3, and then the race. 100%. I think I'm going to do race strategy next. Just to try and get some extra confidence in the car. I have got to remember, yeah, that the Sauber does have a drinking problem. I mean, it's a Ferrari-engined car on F125. Of course it has a drinking problem. Ugh. I mean, look at it. It's just constantly trying to break free. You just see there through trying to get on the loud pedal. It's always just trying to... It's like a bucking bronco. The best way I can describe this car. So does Bradson. He's still love it. Yeah, Ben, I always staggers me how risky Ben plays the underfueling strat in CS. I just could not do it. But then again, like, it almost completely screwed him over in Qatar, didn't it? Because he'd underfueled and they only got one safety car late on. Like, I'm always kind of there going, I'd rather just run basically neutral fuel and expect one safety car. I guess because of the rain, it made it easier as well in Brazil. But yeah, they didn't even get a safety car for my DNF on lap 1. So I just think, yeah, Ben was very, very lucky that... It was only because Razin got bored, wasn't it? That he brought out a safety car right towards the end. Otherwise, like Razin said to me, obviously because of his front wing damage early on, he basically spent the entire race alone. So he was like, I really didn't miss out much in the end. But I felt like I had good race pace in that car. I just, yeah, for some reason really struggle with one lap pace. So what I'm going to do the rest of this season of Creator Series is just run the higher wing angle that I like running on this game. Because it seems to be kind of against the meta. But I'd rather get a decent result and feel confident in the car than try to get a great result and not feel confident. I think that's been my struggle. I mean, I don't think I've ever done it. I don't even know how many Creator Series there have ever been without a safety car. But it's always bound to happen. ND and Chopper, thank you for the follows. I hope you're both doing well. Welcome to the stream. Oh, come on. We just about got the first lap in. I think it's going to be one of those venues, honestly, where you just got to build up into qualifying. Like, track grip is going to be low on a Friday morning. Everybody's trying to put some rubber down, everything like that. Kampser is definitely not flat. I think it might barely be flat, even in qualifying. With low fuel and everything. I might not even risk it in Q1. Obviously, we might not even make Q2. You don't know yet. Yeah, the other big thing, of course, as always, is track limits. But I don't think Barcelona is the worst track for it. Turn 2 can often be a little bit annoying. Would you ever do a Manscaped sponsorship? Knowing... oh, excuse me. The No Wheel podcast was originally sponsored by Manscaped. Fun fact. So Jamie and I have both got a Manscaped kit. So I have already worked with them before. I've never heard of that T-Rex, to be completely honest with you, buddy. So it is just the one race today, Maximus. I got a couple of other bits and pieces I need to do later on this afternoon. So we are just doing Barcelona. We're getting close to camps of being flat. F1 25 can be played on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X or S. It is not available on PS4 or Xbox One or mobile or anything like that. Ooh, we're down on the Delta. Come on, I don't want to have to do another couple of laps. Is it flat? Oh, it's not flat! Okay, final corner is not flat. Oh, Borto! Ah! I don't know how... We just saved Sauber a huge amount of damage. Campsa. C-A-M-P-S-A. Campsa corner. Right, but there we go. There's our first... Oh, it's definitely not flat. Try as I like, it is not flat in this car at the moment. Maybe one more try. No, I've blended. Ugh. Oh, that does track limits. Right, come on. Ugh. Are we gonna get there? There we go. That's what we needed. I'm not gonna just go around for like another 5 laps. Just trying to get one more corner right. Yeah, so, yeah, the Sauber is... I think the weird thing is, obviously, most of the cars, then, when you kind of obviously get to the really high speed, like a McLaren, a Mercedes, will kind of grip up. The Red Bull, the Sauber, they kind of just get really loose and lively, which is quite scary. I don't kind of... I mean, maybe I'll run a little bit more wing. I think, yeah, we might run 40-36. I think it might have been how much, like, range there was between the wing angles as well. Might have been causing some of the upset. We'll try that then to go out for the tyre management run. But honestly, I'm not expecting to do this. Yeah, so I think camps are getting there. I think, but it's more because it's uphill. The final corner, it's mainly because of the bump. There you go, championship leader, Max Verstappen, right at my trumpet immediately. We gotta start playing the psychological games with him. Gotta really make sure Max knows who's in charge in this series. Right, let's go. Right, let's try and basically get a load of delta down in towards turn 1, and then try to look after the car for the rest of the lap. That's always the goal with these tyre programs. Basically, absolutely throw the car down the straights and then try to be careful with it through the turns. Try and basically make the corners as... You want to basically try and turn the corners into V's a lot of the time. As long as you can keep up with the delta, you should be good. Try not to lock up, anything like that. It's actually going pretty well so far. Okay. This is looking alright. I mean, we barely lost anything through Campsa, and that was a huge lift. Have we actually got a decent car for tyre wear? Surely the Sauber's not actually that good at tyre wear around here. We're a second up. How is this happening? Why is the car suddenly becoming good? Is this going to be another purple? Yeah, just a small blend. There you go, that's fine. Okay, that's reassuring.
Well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Lance Stroll is quicker than Verstappen, chat. Look at that go. I mean, I'm happy with that. To get a purple lap first time in, and I felt like I wasn't pushing too aggressively. I'm very, very happy with that. Yeah, this is Barcelona out in Spain. Have we done everything already? It feels like that's gone by too quickly, chat. Purple, purple, purple. Okay. I'm happy. I guess it's time for qualifying. Hey, welcome in, Sosa. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I mean, look at... Yeah, we got purple around most of the lap. It's just a very... It's clearly a car that is unstable, but you drive it under its limit, and it's actually pretty good. I mean, look at that. We're only a 10th away from Max, and we're not even pushing yet. I know he's not either. But still, I think we're ready for qualifying, chat. I think we need to advance forward. If you're on Twitch, get your qualifying predictions in. Where do you think we'll end up on the grid? If you're on YouTube, if you're on Kick, if you're on TikTok, anywhere else, come over to Twitch, bet some noggins at Matt212. We're trying to get to 10k followers over there by the end of the year. Yeah, there we go. A 10th quicker than Bortoletto. That's reassuring. But Verstappen did get a lot quicker later on. My Kimi career mode, RB dropped Max after he finished 2nd in the World Drivers' Championship and brought in Stroll. What an upgrade. Yeah, I'm alright, thanks Cam, and you, buddy? How you getting on? Are you looking forward to tomorrow?
It's a Catalonian qualifying for you today. Welcome along to Spain, to Barcelona, and wherever you are in the world, do you feel the need? The need for speed?
Have you got a driver lineup sorted for tomorrow? So I know Cam and I are definitely racing. I hope. Now Cam's come into the chat. Eugene, we still don't know for sure. So it's either going to be 2 of us or all 3. Just for the Monza livery.
Okay, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Hey, let me know how you get on, buddy. I assume you're going to use that to try and practice with the new pedals, are you? What do I want? Do I want to... I'll go out for an installation lap on mediums, I think. I might try and put double of 2 laps worth of fuel in, just so we got enough. So I might do a build lap then, and then go for a proper push one. I think that's what we're going to do. Just get my eye in a bit. Yeah, I would argue that Barcelona has the worst Crofty intro in the entire game. It doesn't even make sense. This track isn't even a particularly quick one in Formula 1. Like, I could understand it a bit of Monza or a Vegas or something like that. But why Barcelona? Or even like one of the other US Grand Prix for Fast and Furious or something. But why Barcelona? Right, so first lap I'm going to do with no ERS. And then we're going to have enough to go for another run. That's the goal. This is basically just see if corners are flat. I don't mind the new Barcelona circuit. I definitely prefer it over the old chicane. I wouldn't... Is it a particularly highly rated Formula 1 circuit, though? I don't think people mind it. It's much better as a testing venue than an actual racetrack. Wait, what do you guys feel about Barcelona as a circuit? Give me your 0 to 10 rating. 10 being best track on the F1 calendar, 0 being worst track on the calendar. Where do you guys rank Barcelona? Because I honestly don't know. I reckon it's probably about... like 12 or 13, no, like if there's 24 tracks, isn't there? Like 14th for me, I think. I'm gonna say 4, 5. Yeah, so people like think it's a middle of the road circuit, isn't it? I think with the new layout, it's not like one I hate coming to, but it's not one I look forward to particularly either. It's just kind of there, isn't it? It's just another one to fill up the calendar. Right, hot lap mode then. Let's try and go for a proper one. Got everything nice and warm. That final corner is still not flat. No matter how many times I try it, it is not flat out. Right, this might ruin my first lap. Right, I'm going to have to use a load of battery. Maybe we can still beat it. We've got a bit of gravel on the tyres, but we should be able to get rid of most of that. We're basically going to be even with the Delta by turn 1. And then hopefully the rest of the lap, we're going to be a bit quicker. I've just got to remember that final corner is not flat out.
Okay, just 2 laps.
This car cannot do it. Not with this setup. Get your bottles in, chat. I think that one... I hope that doesn't set the tone for the rest of qualifying. We had an absolute stinker out in Miami. We had a stinker at Imola. I want to try and at least make Q2 again. Look at that, Campster's flat in 6th. That finds us a bit of delta. We're half a second down on Pierre Gasly by the end of Sector 2. This doesn't bode well. Ooh. I'm not going to try it again, am I? I'm definitely not going to try it again. See, you just got to get over the bump and then get back on the throttle. Then it's alright. There you go, 1:14.6. We're still slowest. That doesn't bode well, does it? That really doesn't bode well. Hugger Cactus, thank you for the follow. And Dart with another 3 bits, saying you suck. Seems about right. I only have the one sim rig. This is my rig. I would love to get a second one. But I don't think I can, sensibly. I haven't got enough space for a second rig. I mean, look at the big G! He's between the Ferraris! He's quicker than Lando Norris! How good is Gabriel Bortoleto on this game now, chat? And genuinely, how good is Big G? Use cockpit cam and don't be boring. I actually do quite enjoy using cockpit cam. People just don't like watching it. That's why I don't. So we were 2/10 slower than Lawson. 7/10 slower than Stroll. Nobody's ever said that before. So we need to find over a second. It's quite weird now. Obviously, in this series, we've still got Jack doing in the game. Right. Let's just get back out there so I've got enough time to do 2 runs if I need to. Yeah, my voice did go quite high there. Right. Let's try and probably get a decent improvement then. If we can end up somewhere near Bortoleto, I'll be happy. Delta should be up now for those of you on the horizontal stream. So let's see.
We've dropped to P20.
I was actually offered a second rig fairly recently. Just remember, it's not flat. But like I said, I've just got no space for it. Unless I decided to convert the garage or something. Which I don't think Matt212 would let me do currently. Oh, God, this car is... Why does it feel worse on soft tyres? How is Big G handling this? I got no idea how I didn't get done for track limits. I mean, we're nearly a second up. I'm going to leave it in 6th again, I think. I think that's the meta through Campsa. Doesn't bode well for the race, though. It does feel like it's on ice. That curb is horrible. You just don't know how aggressively you want to run through there. Sometimes actually braking more and being tidier is better. Right, come on. Use all of the remaining battery. Oh, I'm still having to blend. I don't trust it. I do not trust this car anymore. 13.2, though. We go P13. That's generally not bad, all things considered. But with Antonelli and Tsunoda behind me, surely you'd expect them to be able to go quicker. Oh. Last 2-1-2 needs a rig. That'd be quite funny. Yeah, I'm sure last 2-2 would love a rig. Right, I think we've got to go out again. I think we just... I mean, look at that. Bortoleto is still 4/10 quicker. And we've only got 3/10 over doing. I would expect cars to be able to improve. I think what I'll do, head out as late as I can, see if any of the AI go quicker, and then obviously if they don't, we'll bank the extra set of soft compound tyres. That's my goal. I was not using ERS, I don't think, through Dreamfall. At least not that I'm aware of. Oh, I've gone too early. I've gone too early, chat. This is a disaster. I'm basically going to have to do this run now, and hope that I can make it through Q2 on one set. If I've even got the speed. I don't want to let the tyres get too cold either. Right, let's go. Let's see what we can do. We'll probably be slightly down on the running towards that first corner. But as long as I can just, at least, as long as I can kind of see what Big G's doing. How on earth he's found an extra 4.5 tenths. There we go, that was a bit tidier. Come on. Come on. Oh, see, we're 3 tenths up already. Just by keeping it cleaner. I think I'm just gonna push this lap. I need to get a good idea. Well, that was better. There you go. Qualifying's over. Oh, so cars are improving. I don't know if we would be knocked out. I think we might have just maybe be safe. Yeah, Antonelli's in the drop zone. Are we? I don't even want to look. I don't want. Oh no, we're 15th. We're okay. So we would have made it, but only just. So I'm happy that we went out again. Final corner. Is it flat? He's done it. There we go. 4 tenths up as well. So that should put us top 10. 10th place, bang on in Q1. Oh, I haven't tweaked tyre temps. No, it's still not very good in this game. Online, it's fine, because obviously everybody's in the same boat. In career mode, the AI just don't struggle with it. So it's still broken. Oh, Jonty, that hurts, man. I know, I once lost to Oscar Piastri in a World Championship with a tiebreaker. He beat me on countback. That was painful. It was possible flat, but you lost half a tenth by not lifting. I guess I put too much steering lock in. Like, I was running such high throttle, but not keeping it fully flat out beforehand, that maybe it just was a bit worse. Yeah, it's Sainz there, P3 in a Williams. I guarantee you, Sainz and Fernando Alonso sometimes cook in Barcelona for some reason. I get it as their home Grand Prix, but either both of them cook or neither of them cook, which is a little bit weird as well. So, who's out in Q1 then? Kimi Antonelli, Doohan, Gasly, Stroll and Lawson. I mean, apart from Kimi, that's not really a major shock for the others. I guess Doohan going quicker than Gasly is pretty good going. But yeah, Stroll, Lawson both also out. But both Saubers into Q2 again, for the first time, I believe, since Jeddah? Maybe? I don't know. Sainz will get P2. I think, yeah, Countback was on P2s that season.
All right, let's have a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Right, come on then. Right, we've only got one real run then in Q2. So I think I don't really want to... I'm kind of want to keep the tyres at a fairly low percentage if I can. So I think we're just going to go out for one balls out run. Like, Bortoletto's way slower now. Everybody seems to be way slower. Right, come on. Oh, have you still got some of the emotes? Alright, what time are we aiming for then, ladies and gents? Out in Q2. So, currently it's a 13-0 by Piastri. Sainz looks to be through. Alonso looks to be through. Leclerc? An 11-8? Okay. Boy is cooking. Alright, we good? I think we're good. Yeah, we'll go. We'll just go. Gotta try and make sure that I get a good lap in me.
Right, that's us pushed down into P15.
Here's the thing though, like the British Grand Prix generally is pretty good for British drivers. I mean, Hamilton's won there so many times. Lando's now won there. George Russell's had a pole. It's not like Brazil or Australia where the homeboys seem to be cursed constantly. Right, we need a big lap here though, chat, if I want to make Q3. Big G and myself way down at the bottom of the order. This doesn't bode well. Well, I've got no delta, so we're just going to have to go for it. Balls to the wall. I think Leclerc's the only one that thinks he's fully safe. And who can blame him? Half a second clear. God, he's so smooth with the inputs. Use a bit of battery up the hill. It's one of those horrible tracks where you've really got to be patient. Where a lot of the corners are so long and flowing, you can't really overdrive it, otherwise you just lose time. Oh, don't get up on that sausage curb. Use a little bit more battery. Oh, Bortoletto almost made it. Just see that at the corner of my eye. Will we be able to go any quicker? I don't know what time we're chasing. I haven't looked at the delta or anything against some of our competitors. Don't run wide. It's felt like a pretty decent lap, but you won't know until we cross the checkered flag. Slight blend once again, nice and smooth on the steering. Is that through? Oh, yes! Oh! Happy with that one. Happy with that one. That felt hooked up. That was definitely quicker than we did in Q2, wasn't it? Yeah, the AI are a bit consistent around here. This is Barcelona. Look at that, chat. I mean, we almost went quicker than Ocon and Albon. But a couple of big shockers then. Hamilton out by just 0.04 of a second. Bortoletto, not really a shock that he's out, to his credit. He did do very well in Q1. Oscar Piastri out, though. That's a huge shock for the McLaren man. Alongside Behrman and Isaac Hadjar. So, we're getting a bit of a mixed-up grid here by the looks of it. We're doing pretty well. Piastri, I'm sure, will be devastated down in P13. I mean, he's slower than both Saubers. It's not even like he was close to making it. 0.4 out. He just never got the lap hooked up, I don't think. But a Haas through, a Sauber through, both Williams through, an Aston Martin through. So, McLaren only have one car. Mercedes only have one car. Ferrari only have one car. Williams have both in Q3. That's what we like to see. Yeah, Alonso P4, very good going. Tsunoda a third. Tsunoda sometimes cooks on this game. Sometimes he's great.
Okay, we seem to be having a few software issues at the moment. Sit tight for a few minutes while we.
So again, we're only going to have
time.
time. We're only going to have tyres to do one run, especially with a software issue early on. We're just going to go out there. We're going to try to enjoy it, I think. I don't think we'll go much quicker than a 12.6, and already AI are down to a 12.4. So, if we end up any higher than last, it's going to be pretty good going, to be honest. I'm pretty, like, that lap in Q2 was sensibly everything I can get out of this car. So I think we've done well to make Q3, but I don't think we're going to go... I think we're going to end up all 3 sessions in 10th, probably. Unless I can find something crazy. Remember being Senna in the rain. Prime Senna on F1 23. I can't remember. What were the wet physics like on 23? Were the AI terrible? Was that the year where I won, like, my second ever race? Because the AI were terrible in the rain. Can't remember if that was 23 or 24. It can't have been 24. Oh, no, because it was full wet. I don't know. I know there was one where I literally won, like, a debut race in one of the series. Wait, am I up in attack mode? I can't remember. There we go. I got it back up into hot lap pretty quickly. We shouldn't have lost much from that. Really just... I mean, it's all or nothing this lap, really. Not a lot else I can do. Come on. Horrible when the car just understeers a bit more than you were expecting. And you don't know whether to hesitate on the throttle or not. Especially around here where it's either tarmac or grass. Oh no, that might be... No, that's not invalidated.
3 minutes to go.
Max has done an 11 flat. What is going on? Some rapid times coming in. Oh, I felt like I broke early there and still didn't get it slowed down. No idea how we're stacking up again. Not going to look at the delta. Just going to keep pushing. That was bad. That was bad. We're definitely ending up 10th here, aren't we? Right, get on the battery as early as I can. On the run to the line. Is that a 12.2? Okay, we'll take it. We'll take that. I'm genuinely happy with that. I feel like I'm getting some good laps in. Track seems to have ramped up quite a
Now
lot.
we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
I mean, maybe I'm getting a little bit overconfident here, but I reckon we could have gone quicker than Sainz as well. Which, I guess Fernando Alonso is kind of best of the rest, isn't he, still? But that's pretty good going then. 5 cars from 5 different teams inside your top 5. Verstappen out of nowhere right at the end, finding loads of pace. So I think the track was just constantly ramping up. Leclerc will join him on the front row, though, ahead of Russell and Lando Norris. Alonso and Yuki on row 3. Just ahead of Sainz and myself, with Ocon and Albon. I think Alpine is the only team with both cars next to each other. I think that's how mixed up this grid is. That every other team is kind of a bit all over the show, which is kind of insane when you think about it. Yeah, an 11.0 for Verstappen is nuts. Absolutely nuts in that car. But a 12.2, I'm very happy with. Did anybody get the predictions right there? Someone did. Who got that one bang on? That's very good going. Let me have a look. It was DX and La Hangman. Fair play. Fair play to both of you. That is very good going. Chat is now back on. Was I 700s up on Yuki at the end of Sector 2? Normally the AI are rapid through Sector 3. So I can't do a lot about that. Do I think Verstappen is the best driver of all time? He's up there. I still personally think Senna is the most naturally gifted F1 driver ever. You watch what Senna was able to do, and I just don't think anybody could quite match him. Can I do any upgrades, or is Big G just doing all of them now? Big G's doing all of them, apparently. There you go then, that's good to know. I guess I'll do a durability one. Probably need to think about that. I mean, look how bad our durability is relative to everybody else. We have an awfully unreliable car. How is Alpine the most reliable? Make it make sense, chap. That's hilarious. Are we good to go, though? I think we're good to go, aren't we? I think we're ready. Are we ready? Am I forgetting anything? So, wet to dry race. That's going to be spicy. But I think we're good. I think we've got to do this, chap. I think we need to get on with it. Simo, thank you for the follow, buddy. I appreciate it. We've already luckily won Nico a couple of races this season, but I'd love to get him another podium. I think Lando now has got one hand on the World Championship. Las Vegas might change things around, but he's looked pretty confident recently, hasn't he? Mexico he dominated, and then Brazil. Lando does that thing where he's like, oh, I didn't think we had the fastest car today. I think I just did well to hang on. You're kind of there going, you had everybody at arm's length.
Welcome along,
I think if he needed to go quicker, he could
for the circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia.
Bruins, welcome on in. I hope you're well.
Formula One history have been written at this very
It is Lando's to lose at this point.
including Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari back in '96. That win was in the rain. We might have better weather.
The Magic King in Barcelona has now disappeared.
The Spanish Grand Prix.
Everybody big F1 fan. You've come at just the right time.
The removal of the chicane of the final sector.
Once again, though, people, get your predictions in. If you're on Twitch, you can bet some noggins. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Kick, if you're on TikTok, let me know your predictions. Or go over to Twitch, bet some noggins. Win more noggins if you get it right. I'm normally a bottom
Look at our starting grid for today's race.
Not basic crux, welcome on in, buddy.
World champion Max Verstappen.
Charles Leclerc for 2025 world champion. Isn't it now mathematically only the McLarens and Max?
We have
But I love the podium.
Russell, Norris, Fernando Alonso, and Tsunoda.
I mean, it's really not raining much. It could be a majority of this race is dries.
And Alex Albon.
Hamraf92, thank you for the follow. I hope you're well.
And Hadja.
We are rooting for Kimi, Lewis, Lando podium in Vegas. That would be insane. I'd just love to see Kimi get a podium, because he can't drink champagne, which would just be quite funny.
Let's head down to the track.
Lance Stroll world champion next year. I'll cry.
Naomi Schiff. Hello, Names. Now, Ant, you always tell me you know Barcelona.
Wait, there's a desert
almost
in
as well
Europe?
as the back of your hand. Given the amount of testing that goes on here and the amount
I feel like I genuinely didn't know that. That might actually be an F1 fact in this game that surprises me. Unless they're talking about, like, the Spanish exclaves in Morocco.
And I'll tell you why that is. It's because it offers up so much
Just bet all my noggin you
Courses
finish
that
in
are
P79.
slow,
Could
that are
happen.
long, that are short. So there's a lot to think about and a lot to work with. But T9 is one of my personal favourites.
Piastri or Verstappen will carry. I don't want Lando World Drive Champion. I'm happy that at least Lando more recently is driving in a way that, at the moment, the way he's executing it, he deserves to be World Champion, but he's still not who I personally pick. Rob, thank you for
I know what you can do.
welcome. Yeah, Kimi wouldn't be legally allowed to drink the champagne in the US. That's why that would be funny. Right, so, looking at it then, it's going to be Inters at the start. I'm going to run loads of extra fuel, because this car's a heavy drinker. I think we're going to run, I'm not going to say the number, we're actually going to run 68.9 laps worth of fuel, just so you guys can't meme me. But I think we're ready. I think I'm feeling good, I'm feeling confident. I don't want to run any more wing, I'm feeling happy with where the car's at. We've just got to keep it clean and tidy on the run into turn 1. The car is going to be loose and lively early on, so I'm going to have to concentrate. Let's see if we can get a good start, though, for the Spanish Grand Prix. Oh, Yuki's not done well. Might mean he's under pressure. Might not be anywhere for us to go. Oh, Tsunoda, what's he doing? Yuki! Just driving a straight line, man. It's not that difficult. Oh no. How on earth do I slow that down? Let's get 3 wide. I'll take the places I gained then. No! Luckily, that hasn't done any damage. What is that from Bando? Home hero immediately swipes me. I mean, I barely had the car there, to be fair, but it's lap 1. Everybody's got to be trying to take a punt, haven't you? I mean, this barely looks like inters. This is barely intermediate conditions. I don't mind Barcelona's main straight, mainly because it's quite long. It's definitely a much better track now than Anish King, because you can actually do something with the front straight. But yeah, we are definitely... I don't think this car's that good in the rain. I think it's going to be a struggle early on. I'm probably hoping that it dries out. We gained a couple of spots though at the start. Yuki went backwards. But I just want to score points today. We haven't scored points recently. Oh, I need to be down in hot lap mode. Sorry, in off, don't I? Oh, I just haven't got the rotation through the corners. Here comes Sun. Nope. I mean, they're battling up in front. I think we can match Fernando. Once I've got the ties in, once I feel a bit more confident, I think we can match Fernando. Of course, the problem is you go out in the AI know exactly where the grip is. It's already a bit of a dry line. I would describe this circuit probably as mildly moist. I think is the best way I can describe it. Granny, thank you for that. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's definitely mildly moist.
Use your overtake button more.
It's not time for drives yet. There's a bit too much slip. Especially if it's meant to just keep raining.
ETO is rain clearing up in about 10 minutes, so just keep the concentration out there.
It is really not going to rain for much
then. Best tyre right now, dries or winters?
No. Surely it's not ready for dries yet. It is not ready for dries yet, King. I wonder if anybody opted to start on dries. Maybe a Bearman like you did back in Shanghai. Has opted for the gamble. It's not time for dries, surely.
The car behind
Under a while, thanks, Ray.
Well done.
I'm under a bit too much pressure from Carlos Sainz early on. But again, this is normally a race, like I said, where the two Spaniards cook. So there's maybe not a lot we can do. Yeah, nowhere near dry times yet. We need to be like down at like the 118s, 119s, I think. Oh no, I was reading a message. Matt212 had a couple of issues today. That was a silly slip up.
Okay, slotting behind and trying to keep up with them. There might be an opportunity to take the place back.
I don't think I've ever heard Mark say that in this game. I don't think I've ever heard that voice line before. Interesting. I'm hopefully not one of Matt212's issues today. No, but we're just getting a little bit worried about how she's going to fare getting home later on. Especially if this rain keeps getting worse and worse. That's the only thing we're looking at. So I think she might try and leave work slightly early, just so she can brave the storm. A girl behind me, sorry. Some breaking into my house, are they? No, it's not about... Like, it's just more that how bad is the motor and stuff like that. I think that's a real problem. Sure, thank you for the primer, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
10 minutes left of this rain, it's going to dry up. 10 minutes.
These are the horrible conditions where the AI just got so much more grip. Like, I know obviously it made it a lot better, but they still sometimes can be a little bit too OP still in the intermediate conditions. I'm hoping though, as it starts to dry up, we might be able to fly along. I think it's a bit difficult to say what the 2026 regs are going to be like until we've actually seen them at the moment. Nobody really knows what's going to happen yet, do they? Come on. I mean, Max isn't really improving by much each time. He's going a little bit quicker, but he's not finding loads. So track is ramping up rapidly or anything like that. Olivia, thank you for the follow as well. I hope you're doing well.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Whoa. Come on. Well, this is the thing. Like, we don't know how the new regs are going to work. Like, Gillen's video might be fairly accurate, it might be terrible. Grimmy, thank you for the tier 1 sub as well, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I'm not reading chat as much as I should be. I'm just trying to keep this car on the island early on. I think this is going to be a weird old race. So I'm just trying to focus up as best as I can. Oh, come on, don't understeer. I don't want to get penalties and warnings. We are currently 7th in the Drivers' World Championship, massively helped by 2 wins so far this season. We won the opener out in Australia through a very well-timed red flag, and then we won Jeddah because it's won by the AI sub. Yeah, so Verstappen is improving, but just not by much. He's still the pace actor at the moment. I mean, we're losing close to 2 seconds lap 2. This is also one of those races that Verstappen often just goes nuts, and just runs away from everybody. I'm trying to be Prime 7, except that I am not. Like, Russell seems to be the only one that can even hold a candle to Max early on. But yeah, this is one of those races where often you see Max go into what I like to call Max attack mode, where basically he's near impossible to beat. Although I'm pretty certain when he did this race in the Hamilton career mode, he got disqualified, didn't he? He span out at here and just parked it and got DQ'd, which is quite funny. If Troll somehow in this race chat, I'll eat my shit. And you best believe if he's in this scenario where he's going to win it with a couple of laps to go, I will be taking him. Get that clipped as much as you like. If Lance Stroll wins this race, I will eat one of the shoes on my feet. I mean, we're seemingly similarly pacing to Yuki. But Sykes is pulling away. Oh, Piastri's through now, he'll be quick. Piastri's just trying to get back, qualifying. Forgotten about, isn't he?
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please.
I'm going to go 4th and 9th eating a shoe, I think, if we cross that bridge. This is my job, you'd be happy to know. I create sim racing content full-time. So, yes, at 2 PM on a Friday afternoon, I'm doing my job. I've been a full-time sim racing content creator for over 3 years now, that's worrying. I'm old, chat. How was that 3 years ago? Yeah, I must admit, it's pretty good. It's pretty good fun. I mean, it's something I've always been passionate about, something I've always loved doing. So being able to do it as a full-time job is pretty nice. I think we're going to lose a spot to Castro pretty soon. Not that I really think he's my fight today, but you never know. I'm not just going to let him by, but if he gets a run, I'm going to fight it. Maybe he's the one man that can stop Max Verstappen. I mean, depending on how long these conditions stay as they are, Max might genuinely lap us today. How do you live off being full-time when you have a small following? I have nearly 150,000 subscribers over on YouTube, on just one channel, which massively helps out. This genuinely isn't me trying to flex numbers or anything, but I've got nearly 150k on YouTube, 170k on TikTok. Twitch is something I'm trying to build up now that I've finally got good enough internet to, but it is still a work in progress. This is why I'm trying to kind of do more streams, because the amount of times I get people that come in that go, I never knew you streamed, I've watched this stuff for years. It's quite funny. So I'm trying to stream more and more to get more eyes on. Yeah, exactly. Twitch isn't my main platform. There you go. So Mark thinks it's worth staying on these tyres. That normally means that it's time to switch, but I don't think just yet. I haven't got that many channels. How many have I got? Matt212, Matt212 Clips, Matt212 Racing, Matt212 Gameplay, Matt212 Rally, Matt212 Plays, Matt212 iRacing, Matt212 Oval Racing, Matt212 Motorsport, Matt212 Volts. I think that's all of them. I know in Wheel, I guess. Yeah, Oscar's getting there, but he's just not getting a run. If he gets fully alongside, then I'll just blend off. Oh, DRS enabled?
Weather's changing now, you might want to review our strategy.
Okay. That seems interesting. It's still raining. Oscar. That seems like a very odd time to suddenly decide it's ready to switch. What do we feel? Hearts? I'm going to see what the AI do, because I reckon we could still be a lap or two out. I'm not convinced this time just yet. YouTube. I've had a YouTube channel for like 10 years. It took about 3 years before I got any kind of real traction on it. But yeah, YouTube was always the platform I was most passionate about. Everybody's in, chat. Everybody's in.
Okay to use your overtake button.
I think I'm going to stay out one more, honestly. This might be a really stupid idea, but I'm not getting that into a crossover, are we? So what we're going to do, I'm going to compare our pace to Max. There he is. So he's come out on dries, I'm still on inters. We'll basically be able to know now whether I'm quicker than him or not. As Bortoletto's opted to stay out, so Sauber put all their eggs in staying out basket. Based on how much we pull out of him through turn 1, might want a bit of back.
Adjust your ERS over your MFD if you need to.
Purple. Wait, Stephanie. Yeah, it's time. It's time. That's fine. I would rather be 1 lap too late than 1 lap too early with a switch this way around. I mean, Max isn't going much quicker than me. He's not going any quicker than me. I would just rather have the AI clear up more of a dry line for us. We're actually quicker than Max.
Okay, I think it might just be about time to change these tyres.
Is it time yet, Mike? That's what I'm wondering now. We've pulled out like a half a second on it. We're definitely still a little bit quicker. Yeah, look at that. The gap's still going up. No, we've got a little bit of wheel spin through there, though. I reckon that's the sign. As soon as you get a bit of wheel spin because the inters can't grip up, that's when you know it's time. Oh, nice. Okay, I reckon that we've done pretty well taking the extra. Why did Bortoletto follow me, chat? Hopefully he won't get held up too badly. We might not gain anything out of that, but I don't think we've lost anything by going 1 lap extra.
Right, let's go, come on! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. You only have to stop once.
I don't want to wait until Max goes past me. There you go, see, we gained about a second from that. And obviously now, everybody else knows where the grip is. I don't quite yet. But I mean, we're back ahead of Piastri, so it's worked out really nicely. Oscar's now got to try and find his way around me again.
That's the loader just ahead. Come on, push hard. We can't let the holds up for too long, so let's
He's now about to stick it on the dry line as best as he can. Like we saw in Brazilian Career Series. It's just about trying to keep the car almost on a tram track, but everybody... Actually, Max wasn't on hard, was he? So a lot of people are just trying to go long now, but not everyone. Why is the loader struggling so badly?
This is That true position, want the same strategy. They've pitted as well as us, so warm up your tyres and make the most of this stint. Yeah, really good job on hitting that target. Make nice work. It's a long way to go, though.
I mean, we ran slightly wide after we'd done the move, but you can basically let me through there. That's a bit peculiar. Okay, I guess we're up one, though. Find a couple of corners getting closer to being flat. Definitely not there yet, though.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of it.
Max was on hard, was he? Okay. Yeah, Bortoleto was unlucky in Brazil, man. But he got land strolled. And that's a shame. So I think, honestly, now, kind of once we've got through that initial period, now it's just about everybody's going to be settling in. It's really going to come down to race pace. I mean, Bortoleto was still in 11th, so I think it worked out still well for him, even though he got a little held up behind us. But like I said, literally my goal today is try and get this Sauber back in the points. Which at a track like Barcelona, I'm pretty happy with, if we can. But there's still a long way to go. I quite like Fanatec. I still use a lot of their products. The main reason I still use Fanatec is because it works on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, which works well for me because like, I play different games and stuff. If you're just on PC, I would say they're now probably our better, slightly cheaper alternatives. But it's still pretty good. I quite like it. Did I race you in the new survival mode, did I, Aaron? So I'm currently live on lots of different platforms, so I'm reading chat elsewhere. So if you ever think I'm answering a question that you can't see, it's probably been out somewhere else. Either that or I'm losing my marbles. Are we quicker than Suns? I feel like we're going pretty well at the moment. Ah, fair enough. Good race with Baron. As long as you weren't the guy that deliberately took me out in Kota, everybody else was alright to race against. Verstappen and Vettel pairing would probably be disastrous for Sebastian Vettel.
3.3 seconds.
People aren't ready for that conversation, but Vettel would probably get obliterated. Especially now he's been at the sport for a few years. Like, people kind of, like, yeah, Red Bull Vettel was formidable, but that was also 15 years ago. 10 years ago. He would not have a fun time.
By 7.3 seconds.
If you're struggling with the stream on YouTube Shorts, refresh your browser, or, alternatively, come over to Twitch. The YouTube Short streams, for some reason, often break. So either F5, or come to Twitch. There's no issues elsewhere, I don't think. Pace feels pretty good. Car now in the drive feels alright. We're pretty much matching sights in front, and that Williams is good around here. I'm really just trying not to think about the laps too much, I'm just trying to stay out of trouble.
Use your open button for more power, we need to push.
Suboptimal. Yeah, I think Alonso's still a bit quicker than me. Yeah, lap times are definitely improving. We're getting down towards dry pace. Kind of normal dry weather. Which is good. There's an issue with Switch. The streamer has not done a big bottle. That's what we come to see. I'm sure it'll happen at some point. So, I think then, with Gasly jumping Yuki behind, maybe our game plan is, if Gasly's quicker than me, let him through and try and get him to drag me on towards sights. If we could stick in Gasly's DRS, that'd be useful. But it's kind of nice now, after I felt like we were struggling to keep up with the AI, to at least kind of feel like I've got a bit of speed. I still don't think the Sauber is well suited to this venue on this game, but I feel like we're doing okay. He says. It's always difficult to kind of compare pairings in different generations. The sad thing is I always really liked Mark Webber, but ultimately, 2010 he bottled it, and then he never got used to the Pirelli tyres. That's why he ended up quitting when he did. He wasn't that old when he gave Formula 1 up, it was just he could not get used to those tyres. Yeah, we lost a lot of time there through them. It's just the little mistakes that cost you a couple of tenths here and there. Just know the AI aren't going to do. Or very rarely. Saying you're like, oh, I need to push more to try and get closer. Oscar's definitely a little bit quicker, but I don't think he's any quicker than Sainz. Very tricky to work out. Oh, McLaren Shadow, I didn't even realise. Thank you for the raid earlier on, I apologise. I didn't even see that one, I was concentrating too much. Yeah, we're on maxed out AI. Possibility people to follow as well. Overtake button is not set the same as the DRS. They are two separate buttons. Because there's a lot of places where you want to use overtake, but you won't be able to use DRS.
The car ahead is increasing by a few tenths per lap.
So, Webber broke his leg in a cycling crash, I believe at the end of 2008, I want to say. I think it was after the 2008 season. It was definitely after the 2008 season had ended. So he wasn't sure he was going to be able to race early on in 09. But then obviously won his first Grand Prix that year. And then obviously 10 was his own real shot at the championship, where he binned it in Korea late on. Yeah, he broke his leg a couple of years beforehand. Yeah, Piastri's quicker than me. But then again, so is Sainz at the moment, so I'm just beginning to... Again, the Sauber's weaknesses are beginning to rear their ugly head. Yeah, there you go, Weber broke his leg in November. So he must be right after the season ended. He finished the final Grand Prix and immediately went out and broke his leg, basically.
Okay, get to the car in front.
4.7. J45 back in the fall as well. Right, here goes Piastri then. I mean, we've still got a good pace over Yuki. We're putting away from Ocon a bit further back as well. The only other one, of course, is that we've still got Hamilton and maybe Antonelli trying to fight their way through. But if I can now stick to Piastri's gearbox, even just for a little while, gain a bit of time back out of yours. But honestly, Piastri looks rapid. I think I'm just going to be pushing a little bit more at the moment. I think we're kind of underdriving the car maybe a bit too much. But as I said before, this Sauber, you cannot overdrive it, otherwise it immediately just gives up on you. So sometimes you kind of feel a bit helpless. I think really one battle on the front, that's me Russell and Leclerc. Verstappen's gone in this race. Like I said, there's a real possibility that Verstappen will lap us Verstappen. It's just one of those races where he does. Yes, all broke his wrist in 4.23.
6.6 seconds.
This is always the thing with having a Stroll and Alonso line, is if you had like a Russell or a Hamilton or a Leclerc, or even a Verstappen in that Aston Martin, could he have won races? How good is Fernando Alonso nowadays, chat? This is the real question. Is it just Stroll's terrible and Alonso's okay? Is it that Alonso's still very good and Stroll's mediocre? Maybe actually feel they are. Alonso 2026 World Champion. Maybe. You just don't know. Oh, we'll lose the DRS now. That lasted long. Help. Rinse battery.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Try and stick with it. We want to leave it forth. Come on. Yeah, we've lost it. We've lost it. That's annoying. Just a bit too quick for us. Alonso rookie world champion. The Aston Martin in game is one of the best cars in slow speed. It's actually got one of the highest downforce figures in the game. That's what's terrible in a straight line. With realistic performance in Career Series, the Aston would probably be the worst car for me to drive. Because I already like running high wing setup. That's why I like the Ferrari's pretty good car for me. I don't actually want him in yet. But it's funny, some people are going to work out where Fernando really ranks anymore. Oscar, a little bit of wobble that, spike and revs up in front. The track is definitely basically fully dry now, I think. Hey, welcome to Taser, hope you're doing well, buddy. Oh, I do enjoy Career Series, it definitely was problems though. It wasn't what I expected going into it. That's the main thing I'll say. Well, like, before kind of looking at it from the outside, I just thought it was a lot more casual. It is incredibly sweaty. It's also behind the scenes incredibly toxic, which is something quite funny times. You're kind of like, great. It's also just, it's Scale Saturday. Like, I mean, I'm talking to other content creators here, and I understand you guys are going to say we all play a 3 p.m. Friday. Scale Saturday night, like, it's just such an awkward time. It basically, if you can't plan anything on a Saturday, it goes on to it. And it's just because it's right smack bang in the middle of your weekend. That's the thing with it. Especially, like, especially when we get in the flyweight season before now. Like, Brazil last weekend, it gets pushed back in the Lagos qualifying, all this and the other, it's a bit frustrating. I have no idea what happened at all. Thomas seems to actually very, very good here so far. Oh, it's incredibly sweaty. I think people genuinely underestimate how quick some guys are in there. Like, I wasn't using as quick diesels. Just a bit, like, I'm doing. Who do you think wins the race first out of all these? Probably Antonelli, I think. I mean, just think, like, Lando and I think favorite is it. Antonelli won one. First one, Anton. At exactly 1/3 distance. I mean, see how to keep up with Sainz every just for losing rank to Piastri. We're gaining Yuki though, and Hamilton's with him. Ace here, because the grid was barely inside, it's trying to move people. I'm just trying to ride as quick as I can. Ben could win. Oh, great, I'd love to Ben win in that race. I'd love to see Haas at the very end of that. I'm so sick. Hey, what do you want to do? I've got a few random bits of F1 merch. Like I said, I've got the Alpine top, the McLaren top, the kind you provide to me. I mainly got hats. I just like huge hats. I've got like 30 racing hats. I think I've got one for every team, or like every team in previous games. I'm still being ejected. Are you joking? Who would do anything with? Maybe ball setter, yeah, maybe like suddenly came out the woodwork next year. That'd be quite funny. I think winning a Grand Prix ball setter. If you're having issues with a YouTube stream, or just refresh. Sometimes YouTube streams can get a bit broken. And I like so.
Okay, here's the gap straight and correct.
It's sometimes the YouTube. It's very annoying, very inconsistent. He's doing Matt212 F1, is he? I want to see how he wasn't paired though. That's what I want to watch. So Hamilton's closing in then. So he'll probably get us. I think we're basically matching Sainz's pace. One hour ago, look at next, I'm a little bit slower. But we're not really doing anything to really close to. The only other thing I am considering is will there be no stop be possible? I don't think so. Or a one stop, so to stay on these halves to the end. I think the air is a bit too high, so make that happen. Oh, I do run front side. I do run left side, ignore me. Wait, yes, I did. What? No, I just run hard, so I not service. Ignore me. So I think we're going to get once more. We were kind of hits in this race the first 10-15 lap with done so it's kind of the one stop's a bit more reliable on there. Or effectively a 2 stop, sorry, not 3 stop. It basically means one stop easy. And Verstappen is already like over those 10 So I get the lap to do that, that'll probably be extra lap. I think I'll get flags of it. I'd probably take Alt on here to the end. I think we'll bring out the boss sort of. I have 4 volume, go for 7 units. He's big. We got 8 in the end. I'm still like, actually. We need a few plays on the start. We strongly need to do this. It feels like an all-tool level, so we're just trying to be on hot. Like big G's on this one today. I'm kind of waiting on something interesting on trying. It's quite interesting just looking at the numbers at the moment. Holding the location still. Let's review based on how it is 20 reports. Then again, it's already doing the review in that conversation. Do it as it is.
Okay, keep going, get ahead for 3.1 seconds.
But before the AI as well, we're doing the same size. Go take medium to like speed 20 months ago. I haven't seen doing anything too different. We already get what goes. I bet those will be enough for 4 bodies. Come back. I don't think I'll see caught to the race though, would we? And not send cycle. It's now not so close.
Let's make the best of it. Leave this next one very fast.
You can whip them. We can just follow you a bit more speed all of a sudden. How does it seem to be struggling in? Pretty weird bases just ebb and flow. That's now. Just giving a 1 out on that yellow go. Immediately wants to throw the car in. Who's best based on skill? Maybe controversial, you might still argue Antonelli. I think Antonelli's the biggest surprise, but the big thing for me to Antonelli is that Australia only rookie to finish. Tilson would have been the only rookie to finish and has not already. I think he's got like a bit more innate kind of natural talent than any of the other rookies. Yeah, Hamilton doesn't improve next year, and Ben Bond is 27. I just want to rely on team in rounds. I think it's just too difficult. So some of them just have little zips here and there. I don't actually feel like it's that bad. It's just a little errors, all out. Plus I'm getting a little bit of Anthony now to move through, so he might start cooking as well. He might get salvage from Ferrari Red Bull Mercedes, and that's from forward. I'm just going to try to drive this match takes a bit. Ferrari's salary was 26. He's on average now since more or less than $10 there. I know here. Let's do a ridiculously lot of pay. I've got the 80 to boost 8 to the boost 10. I may have to try anywhere between 6 and 7. I mean, 37 bottom that. I would definitely. Okay, go on. Look, I'm in the first part of the race. Let's go on track, enough. I'm pretty needed this one. Anything, any product will be you see. There is 1 minute for it. Over 32 points. 1 minute, 32 points. Shall I see? There you go, I'll take one. I'm happy with that. I was just trying to give it 1 month. Once I was running to 2 bits, I only saw I can fill that criteria. Even small. Then we're going to go to that. I think 2026 will have the road. If you leave it in the power too much time, then you might go elsewhere. But it's not a big deal. So we'll need to ensure that we're able to buy that contract. Perhaps you have one race. And it's yet doing the one. I don't even get that inside it. We're going to one. What do you recommend actually? Like, what order do you pick to go into the end? See cars, red flags, still lights. It's getting a little bit of out now. It's on the end. I don't know what. 2 days to the middle. Well, that was 2 days between 30 and 40 to the one rate. But never 6 times got everything. I see from the one. If you think it's straight talking about, I don't know, but it seems to be competitive on pinning back because anyone could have down, and you might get caught up, and then might you eat your Martin deserves them. What? What? I'm about to stop you. I've got back to chat. Oh, this is an answer. Well, sometimes, and yes, what into it's when you're watching chat to it. Like, into it. Oh, you can get range. Consolidate. He's finished on. He's on the just and things. You can't get range on, and then fix it. I'll get back to it. It's just sort of switching those aces on. It has to screen. But that's another second, I'll never fix it. There's nothing you can do, then you can do. I'll go back. I'll also. I guess good. Don't think it'll be you can wait, so what can sometimes you have to do? You actually start to do it. So sometimes you get back as well. You have to do not like long term. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, I'll even something. We can always get it. Don't let. I'll actually do. I'll be a lot better. Anyway, I just must speak my actually saying what I think that's fine. It's a bit on size. Which is not good. I'll certainly get maybe another one. So go on. I'm just actually doing it. I just need this. I'll just do. No, I would have 10 someone there has to make that happen. Think of the exact reason. That's what it is. Oh, what happens? I'll go ahead and do it. That's what you do. I will give it a second. Open that to the left. I'll do it. Just we all have an interest. I'm going to do it. I'm here. It's all done. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And then it was. I'll do it. Come on, and I get there. So we can see them. It's all done. Just all you should watch that. I'll go ahead.